Oh boy. Oh, we're live. We are live. Welcome, everybody, one and all, men, women, children, non binary individuals, gender non conforming folks. It is the left coast, and we are live. We're doing a solo stream. Not much to talk. I mean, there's all kinds of things to talk about, but we're not gonna get too expansive with our coverage of things going on. Uh, gonna stick to just a smaller array of issues. So, just gonna wait for some folks to gather in. Just a little bit of promotion. I no longer have a Twitter. You know, I uh disabled it. I deactivated it months ago, earlier this year, and I thought deactivating won't mean reactivate it within this time frame, or else us here at twitter.x.elon sucks. We're gonna just delete the entire goddamn account. Apparently, that's exactly what they did. Not what I wanted, but it is better being off Twitter than being on Twitter. So the only thing I really use it for now is my other music related account. So, which I've been posting on a lot, mostly in regards to Sleep Token and their new album. Otherwise, all my political stuff is posted on Blue Sky or my political Instagram, which you can find under the handle Stateless Patriot. I post there semi regularly. I think I have like 100 posts so far. I post on my story there quite frequently. You know, my stories are there, then they're gone. So, got to really keep up with that, or else it really sucks, though. There are so many things I believe in or agree with, and it's not like I'm just gonna screenshot all of them and just repost on my own account. For one, that takes forever. For two, I don't like taking credit for other things. So the whole process of taking content and reposting my own account, giving credit and all that is just like, with how many things I still haven't posted on my story, something like that would just take goddamn forever. But where is everybody? So who do you guys think would win? 100 men or one gorilla? um well, I might as well start getting into like the nitty gritty of what's popping. Okay. Biden. Well, here's something. Here's something that we can sink our fucking teeth into. Um, so as you know, unless you've just been living under a rock, which I envy you. Let's see here. Let's share the screen of this. Yes. Yeah, right here. So, Biden was diagnosed with a quote aggressive form of prostate cancer, and it's pretty late. It's a late stage diagnosis as well. But it says here in USA Today, Biden was last screened for prostate cancer in 2014 before his diagnosis. So there's a whole lot of hubbub and hullabaloo and whatever the fuck about how long this cancer has been festering in this old codger's prostate. Um, it says right here in the subheadline that Joe Biden was never screened for prostate cancer during his 4 years as president, which would follow medical recommendations for men 70 or older. So it's been 11 years since he's been screened, but he just didn't do any fucking regular follow ups or anything like that until I guess this fucking year. So who knows how long he could have been with this cancer. Diagnosed with it on Friday, May 16th. He took an annual physical in each of his 4 years as president. In accordance with medical guidelines for seniors, none of the checkups included a PSA test that measures the prostate-specific antigen to screen for prostate cancer. It says his last known blood test to screen for prostate cancer was in 2014, 7 years before he became president. All right. Yeah, so the Preventive Services Task Force recommends that men 55 to 69 should consider periodic PSA testing in consultation with their doctor about the potential benefits and harms. But because prostate cancer is typically so slow growing, the task force does not recommend routine screening for men 70 or older. So that's, I mean, there's an excuse. I don't know. Potential risks at that age are considered to outweigh the advantages of the screenings, including false positives, detecting cancers that aren't deadly, unnecessary biopsies or treatments for pain and anxiety. Yeah, so after 70, it's like, oh, I mean, might get false positives or, we'll pick up on shit that might seem like it's prostate cancer, but isn't. And this is what's even crazier. The prostate cancer has spread to the bone after a nodule was discovered on his prostate following urinary symptoms. Let's see. He had a Gleason score of 9 and a grade group 5, which is on the higher end of the scale, meaning the cancer is more likely to grow and spread quickly. His cancer is considered stage 4, the most advanced stage of the cancer that is characterized by spreading to other parts of the body. So he's not going to live for much longer. Yeah, he could be, according to Dr. Michael Morris, a Memorial Sloan Kettering oncologist who specializes in treating men with cancer. He could be receiving the best medical care that we have to offer as a nation and not be screened for prostate cancer. Excellent care does not mean excellent care means not under testing. It also means not over testing. So it just slipped through the cracks, Meaning that Biden's kind of a trooper and just didn't really affect him to the point where he was showing pretty bad symptoms. And usually, prostate cancer is typically detected at an earlier stage. So, meaning maybe if he was tested, say a year ago, before the fucking primaries were ending and his debate with Trump, maybe it would have shown up. Since it's stage 4, it's just like, how long has he been carrying this shit? Um, Most recent annual physical as president, which did not include the prostate cancer screening, took place in February of last year. The president's physician, Kevin O'Connor, described Belty as a healthy, active, robust 81-year-old male who remains fit to successfully execute the duties of the presidency. Yeah, he has to say that. Report cited Biden's sleep apnea treatment and stiffened gait from arthritis. All right, well, there's that. Um, we'll get more into it in a second. I better go pee before we continue. Give me 1 second. All right. So, excuse me. All right, so I have a bunch of mixed feelings about this generally. You know, obviously, like, cancer is a horrible thing. That is undeniable. Um, I don't blame a lot of people surrounding Biden for not knowing because not even he knew. And I guess his medical experts that were surrounding him didn't know either. But I mean, they're going to tell the media whatever, you know. It really could just be like incompetence. or Biden being a fucking stubborn, stingy fuck, which he's been known to be. Behind the scenes, um, like even out in public as well. Stubborn, stingy bastard. So like his overconfidence was ultimately like a huge detriment to his to his like overall persona. Megan, hello. What am I talking about right now? I'm talking about Biden and the diagnosis and whatnot. We just went over a USA Today article explaining how what the fuck was it? Pull up my history here. It was saying that he was last screened for prostate cancer back in 2014. It's and basically like to summarize, after the age of 70, you don't really necessarily need to be screened for it much more. Um, Between the ages of 55 and 69, it should be a bit more like a routine thing, get screened for it and whatnot. His physical in February of last year said that he was fine and robust and this and that. But yeah, apparently nobody knew until the actual diagnosis on Friday. And regardless, he's always been a stingy, stubborn bastard, publicly and privately, as we've come to know. And he was integral to the fact that Democrats did not run an actual primary in 2024. The media did their damnedest. Yeah, no, I just mentioned that, Megan. He did his damnedest, as well as the DNC, to he had other cancers already. What other cancers did he have? Because we were just talking about how it metastasized. It's stage 4. It spread to the bone, and he's not going to live much longer. But the DNC, in tandem with the White House under Biden, made sure that he was not going to be challenged in a primary. They worked their hardest to stifle and censor any actual challengers, be it fucking, what was that guy, Dean Phillips? It wasn't Dean Phillips. I think it was Dean Phillips. Or am I thinking of the fucking 2004 guy? But Marianne Williamson was another one. Cenk Uygur as well. The DNC primary stopped after the 2016 debacle court case. Then what do you call 2020? I mean, that was a primary. Everybody rallied behind Biden. Regardless, my thing is like this could have been prevented. This could have been picked up on a lot more earlier, because for the cancer to have progressed this far along and this aggressively, it could have been picked up on before, say, the fucking primaries would have been over last year, or fucking maybe hopefully before that disastrous fucking debate that Biden had against Trump. The debate that kind of rallied the Democratic elites together to be like, okay, Biden's got to go. It's time to get Harris in there or somebody, anybody. And then Biden was diagnosed with COVID. And then it was like, okay, you're gone. Bye-bye. Get out of here. 2020 moderate debt. Yeah, I know, because they're afraid of burning it. That's right. Yeah, I know. I'm very, 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 very well aware of that. February of 2020 was the last time I actually had hope for this country, because Bernie was fucking dominating. He had taken the lead, and yeah, everybody was dropping out right before Super Tuesday, except for fucking Elizabeth Warren, that snake. Who split the progressive vote between her and Bernie. Yeah, yeah. But either way, yeah, there's just all kinds of fuckery this time around. When we could have actually had a robust primary process that would have included a bunch of candidates that had a big name for themselves at the time. And me and Dieter covered this on the show, you know? When it was time, when, because we covered the fucking debate between Biden and Trump live, and we pretty much agreed, like, yeah, that he needs to fucking go. This is this is a fucking disaster. But who should he be replaced with? And the most logical option at the time was Kamala Harris because she was the vice president. And it was too late to run an actual fucking primary that would have mattered, and we would have been able to like sniff out who the best candidate would have been to go against Trump. Yep, 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 yep. Me and you are completely in agreement and alignment on this particular issue, Megan, for sure. Yeah, the DNC drops super delegates. I don't care who wins the primary. I will vote for them. But until that time, I will never put any remote amount of trust in the party. I couldn't agree more. I mean, look no further than what is going on right now in the DNC from the Hill. Look at this shit. Look at this fucking bullshit. DNC here. Fuck. There we go. No, we'll do that. We'll do that. DNC infighting threatens to throw party into chaos. Infighting at the Democratic National Committee is threatening to consume Democratic leadership. It's just as the midterms are starting to kick into gear. The tensions come after a DNC panel moved forward this week with a potential ouster of two elected officials, including gun control activist David Hogg, who is an actual fucking progressive. Mostly, there are a couple issues where he's like, "Oh no. You're just listening to Democratic Party insiders on this issue. You have this issue." Now officials find themselves in a war of words over issues at play, with Hogg alleging the move was a sign of party insiders seeking to force him out over his calls for supporting primary challengers to certain incumbents, which should 100% happen. By the way, this is what we've been calling for on the left. The tentative left, for lack of a better fucking term. Hogg is fashion adjacent? Are you shitting? Well, that's quite the statement there. Crazy how we diverse so widely in our support for a party when we both were pro Bernie and recognize the BS. Yeah. I agree with him about younger reps. The old fucking elites of the goddamn party need to fucking go, and I couldn't agree with Hogg more, honestly. And the party is behind him too, by the way. If you're not in line with like the new era of fucking progressive politics and what progressives actually stand for, get the fuck out of there. If you're taking a shitload of APAC money, if you're undermining what most of the country believes in, like a living wage, stronger unionization, not having to go into debt due to education or healthcare, fucking at the very least, paid leave for fucking pregnancy or like not even just pregnancy, just like in general. Compared to other countries which have like 1, 2, 3 months of guaranteed paid leave because they actually care about the labor in the country in their country. And David Hogg, at the very least, being co-head of the DNC, it's like these policies and these positions can actually be part of the fucking discussion. But the DNC is so stuck in the fucking past. Let's continue. Let's see. Now officials find themselves in the war of words with issues at play, blah blah blah. Though others at DNC denied the vote was related to Hogg's efforts, then what the fuck else would it be? Would it be related to? The feud is stirring up drama that Democrats want to avoid as they focus on regaining control of the House and possibly flipping the Senate next year. Democrats are their own fucking worst enemy, dude. Jeez. Name a country with 3 months paid leave. I could probably name a couple with 1 or 2. 3 months paid leave country. Norway and Bulgaria. They Norway in particular offers up to 49 weeks. That's a year. Damn. At 100% pay, or 59 weeks at 80% pay for parental leave. That's in particular parental leave. Bulgaria offers 410 days of paid maternity leave at 90% of the employee's salary. That's over a year. Fucking based Bulgaria, Norway, dude. Anyway, I hate to be the part of chaos when the GOP is doing such a good job of it. I assume you probably wanted a source for that, but I already closed the tab. The part of the chaos with the GP is doing such a good job of it. Democratic consultant Marge Halperin says this isn't the priority voters want the DNC to be focused on. I mean, that's the most obvious statement ever fucking uttered. Yeah, it's just so frustrating, dude. Pressure. Blah blah blah. Hogg, who was elected to one of the DNC's vice chair positions in February, first sparked controversy last month when he indicated that his group, Leaders We Deserve, would launch a $20 million effort to back primary challenges to incumbent House Democrats in safe seats. He emphasized that the group wouldn't target Democrats running in competitive districts or those who have been effective at standing up to President Trump, which should be obvious. He says the reality, you should not be worried about this. The reality is you should not be worried about this if you're a member of Congress, if you're effective like Jan Schakowsky or Nancy Pelosi. What we are looking at is places where the elected official has not done a great job being effective against Trump, which is a completely reasonable position. You know, I'm not talking for parental leave. I mean, base for parental leave a long time. Yeah. I mean, paid leave generally. Paid leave months per country. Generous countries. This is according to the AI of Google, which actually lists different annual leave brackets, I guess you could say. Aside from maternity and paternity leave, which is a separate set of guarantees, I guess. Generous countries would be France and Spain that often offer 30 to 36 days of paid vacation annually. Good for them. God bless France and Spain, a couple of the best countries in Europe. Even though France is an imperialist fucking post-empire. Other European countries such as Austria, Germany, and the UK offer significant amounts of paid vacation, with Austria and Germany offering around 25 to 30 days, and the UK offering around 28 days. Brazil offers 30 days of paid vacation. US does not mandate paid vacation, and it's up to individual employers, which is usually like maybe a week. uh, all right. Anyway, yeah. Uh, Hogg met opposition from DNC chair Ken Martin, who said shortly after that all DNC officials should remain neutral in primaries, which I completely disagree with. Saying Hogg is free to challenge incumbents, but not as a DNC officer. Says his agreed for blah 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 blah. Hogg's not. Hogg argued he's not violating DNC rules. But these tensions look poised to come to a head following the Credentials Committee's vote, which was in favor of a complaint from a losing candidate from a vice chair position who argued the election procedure violated DNC rules. The entire DNC membership must vote to determine whether to redo the election in the coming months. God. Well, I hope that doesn't come to be. A week a year where you're working at a fucking McDonald's? No, the U.S. The United States. What? Like you'll probably get like maybe 10 days if you're working full time at any decent place with a 401k and healthcare and whatnot. Like maybe 10 days. Yeah, not even McDonald's offers fucking PTO. Are you kidding? You get a month a year. You're that's a rare exception for damn sure. Rare exception. You're lucky. Complaint, controversy, argues about blah blah blah. Perkins good luck about Max Burns. The reality is that the DNC's rules have clearly become so confusing that not even senior officials have any idea how to understand them, says Democratic strategist Max Burns. Blah blah blah. This is so unattractive. This doesn't look good for the party. This and that. We need to not get wrapped up in this. Tragedy of picking a fight. David Hogg's defending himself. Anyway, it's just like drama, much more drama. Once I hit 5 years, I get 2 months a year. Fucking awesome. So my healthcare is free and 3,500 max yearly copay. Copay? Do you mean premium? What you say it's free? Oh no, I see. Okay, so your healthcare is free, and if any copays, you need to pay. They're like you're like anything above 3,500 you have to pay, um, or is that like your limit for having to pay for healthcare? Like if you need to pay copays, like oh you've already paid $3,500 this year in copays, like that's the cap. Yearly out of pocket. Okay, yearly out of pocket is $3,500 max. Okay, but your healthcare is free though. Like what? So what would the copays be for? So 10 years. I see. If you be there longer, like you get longer vacation time and shit. I see. Work basically entry level job. Record as fluid delivery for semiconductor manufacturing, aerospace. Well, la di da. I know you have a really good job. I'm just saying it needs to be like the standard nationwide for the U.S. in general. All right, so there's another thing that kind of got my attention. Elon Musk. Just reading a bunch of headlines here for the rest. Okay, so company pays a copay for the insurance. The visits depend. If it's specialist stuff, then it's either partially covered or not at all. Up to 300 is fully covered. Okay. Okay, I see. So if you end up spending more than 3,500, then you get fully covered. For the rest of the year, I see. Okay, okay, right, for the year. Companies should compete for healthcare. It makes it better for us. Compete for health? No, no. Like your healthcare should not be like, okay, your healthcare should not be tied to whether or not you are employed. Like, period. Healthcare should not be tied to your employer. Ever. That's how it's been in the U.S. for I don't know how long now. Anyway, all right. Elon Musk, Washington Post. He says he plans to do a lot less political spending going forward. According to New York Times, he plans a lot less spending as is away from politics. Politico says must step back from political spending. I think I've done enough. I mean, you can't trust a goddamn word he says, but let's dig into an NPR article. Remember the care you've got. You're not against unemployment, government health care, or disability government health care. I mean, I agree. The public option should be there for a reason. But that's probably never going to happen now, given the shape of the way the government's been deteriorating lately. You know, pretty soon we're going to default on our debt because we need to increase tax revenue to, you know, keep up with interest payments on our ever ballooning debt, which doesn't seem to be getting addressed right now. You know, and no amount of cutting of programs, which are kind of crucial for people, ordinary people especially, is going to make up for that lost tax revenue that's needed to cover the debt and interest payments on the debt and whatnot. But government healthcare spending risk limits per person that private healthcare does not. I guess it depends on how you structure it. Yeah. Don't hyperbolically blackpill the debt. It's already depressing without that. I mean, I'm not exactly being hyperbolic either. Like, I mean, if you are somehow finding a way to be optimistic about the way that this current administration is being like financially responsible generally, even aside from tackling the deficit or the debt, then like please stick to that optimism. I'm not going to take that away from you. You know, it's just like I can't find that shit. I can't like looking at everything across the board. I'm like I don't know how to not be blackpilled about it, honestly. Like, just given the reality of the situation. Even like Vosh, like who's not even like up to date on a whole lot of this shit, doesn't really understand like um I guess loans and fiscal policy and shit has been getting a lot into it recently, and is like, wow, it's incredible how fucked we are right now and how unsustainable this is. Banks just giving loans and all of a sudden there's money out of fucking nowhere, and the fact that like we're like households, like everyday households are like this is being introduced to them too, and people defaulting on these like loans and shit, and like a looming credit crisis. It's kind of fucked. Not optimistic about the debt, but I don't see a default soon. Not soon, but you know, I've been tuned out. New Orleans jailbreak means for the win. Yeah, I haven't seen any of those, but it's been funny, you know, seeing Fox News cover it. Like every time I've been to the goddamn gym, every time I've been to the gym for the past several days, they cover something about the New Orleans prison break. It's just like, oh, this is so fucking scary. Oh no. And so like if you're living in bumfuck Iowa or bumfuck Michigan, it's like, oh my god, are these fucking prisoners from New Orleans gonna find me and break into my house and shit? It's just like it's just fear mongering. It's like, come on. It's hella funny though. Graffiti when they broke out. I haven't seen that. But yeah, I know all about the jailbreak though. That has been a problem. Yeah, and honestly, like we're at a real big fucking tipping point right now. It's it's really bad. like like pretty much the only way to correct course right now is to increase tax revenue for the government. And how do you do that? You raise taxes. And the Republicans just aren't going to do that. And so they're just kicking the can down the road. Meanwhile, what's right down the road? What's within view? Like what's within sight? A gigantic economic crash. Like it, perhaps even a default in the debt. Like it's not out of the realm of possibility. Well, all four of the six are still out or murderers. So yeah, but I mean, still, like Fox News only fucking covers this shit like as often as they do to stir up fear. Uh, because I don't know, like some old fucks that watch Fox News 18 hours a day think that they're going to be targeted or some shit. I don't fucking know. Graffiti at the toilet spot. These are just the maintenance guy turning off the water. Yeah, that's right. They did because they're threatening to shank him. Excuse me. I heard something like it was an inside job, meaning like this only happened because they had help from inside. Cutting spending could lower the deficit. What? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. No amount of spending cutting is going to fix this issue. Like you can cut every single, like you can, like the deficit is so big right now. You can cut like the entire defense budget of like which is almost $1 trillion, and you'd still have hundreds of billions of dollars of a deficit right now. So retire, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Let's see. New Orleans jailbreak bathroom graffiti. That's not the correct use of the word to. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Fuck Opso, those heads, suck my dick. We innocent. Too easy, lol. That's great. That's great, yeah. I don't know, good for them. Fuck the law. Pay down deficit over time, not in 1 year amount. I mean, have we been doing that? I'm not convinced. I'm stressed for weakness. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually hella fucking funny. Suck my dick, OJC. Yeah, that's hella funny. Clowning on the guards. 10 got out. Yeah. Look at those new pics releasing day, like memes and shit. Yeah, Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if like we actually raised taxes on millionaires, like Trump suggested that we should, and then it was like immediately shut down because our government is bought and owned by the ultra rich. 9 person labeled most hated. No police picks. Yeah, there are funny memes. All right. What's Elon been saying? Because you can't trust a goddamn word this fucking clown says. Um, biggest presidential campaign donor in 2024 said on Tuesday he had plans that he plans to scale back his political spending. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't really seen anything notable from him in the past like few weeks. You know, because he was consistently and constantly saying just the stupidest fucking things, constantly like neo-fascist posting, fucking virtue signaling to fucking Nazis on Twitter and shit, just like on an everyday basis. But like, I haven't heard anything notable from him that's actually like breaking through like the threshold of um media beyond the the X platform and Twitter and shit. So I mean at least since like the like Tesla has been going under and like he was having a bunch of issues with them, like I guess he like diverted his focus to them or whatever. I don't fucking know. Anyway, I am going to do a lot less in the future, he said in a video interview with Bloomberg News. Too much talking for me today. Bloomberg News at the Qatar Economic Forum. I think I've done enough. You've done fucking more than enough, bud. Fucking do a lot less forever, honestly. When asked if paring back his political financing was driven by any blowback he's weathered in the Trump administration, he said, "If I see a reason to do political, there it is." So that's yeah, there it fucking is. He says, "If I see a reason to do political spending in the future, I will do it." But I don't currently see a reason. Musk, the world's richest person, funneled nearly $300 million. Blah blah blah. We all know this shit. Yeah, I don't believe him for a goddamn second. I'm once the primaries actually start heating up, I wouldn't doubt like at all that he throws like $10 million to some sort of Republican, some sort of campaign. Elon quiet, yeah, only posting on SpaceX and shit. Yeah, he really wants to secure that government contract because he wants those billions in financing. He wants that investment. He wants all that investment money. That's all he fucking cares about. That's all these goddamn fucking sick in the head billionaires actually care about. Um, yeah, there's the South Africa thing as well, where we're only bringing in like white refugees and shit. It's just the most just pathetic, sad shit in the world. It's hilarious if it wasn't so sad. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab some water and a drink. Stay tuned. We're gonna talk a bit more about whatever Megan wants to talk about, honestly, as well as idiots that are plaguing the Trump administration, like Christy Noam. Be right back. it's like programmed drums, like electronic. Hi, baby. What you doing up there? Huh? All right. Yeah, I can't trust anything Elon Musk says, yada yada, and other things as well. Um, I fucking saw this goddamn thing on Twitter. Wait. Oh, yo. New fucking album? Oh my god. I will lose my fucking mind. Sorry. Like I said, I don't have a political Twitter anymore. But I have a music related one, and I just really wish Carnival would fucking tour the United States already. Anyway, Miss Megan, my lovely infatuation, are you still here? All right, this shit. God, just show me like the whole. All right, fuck it. I already know Aaron Rupar. All right. Do. Let's share the screen. Here we go. All right. So, Aaron Rupar. Let's just listen to this fucking video. Excuse me. God damn it, dude.
So, Secretary Noam, what is habeas corpus?
Okay, why do I have no audio?
So, Secretary Noam, what is
habeas corpus? Okay, why do I have no audio? Okay, hello, Megan. Good, you're still here. Okay, I have no audio coming through my headphones, but it's coming through my stream, so we'll just play it.
So, Secretary Noam, what is habeas corpus?
Okay. Well, habeas corpus is a constitutional right that the president has to be able to remove people from this country and suspend their right
let me stop you, ma'am.
Suspend their
Habeas
right
corpus.
That's
Excuse
incorrect.
me. That's incorrect.
President
habeas.
Oh, that was my problem. Okay. That was my fucking issue. Listen to this fucking shit.
Noam, what is habeas corpus?
Well, habeas corpus is a constitutional right that the president has to be able to remove people from this country and suspend their right to.
I cannot fucking goddamn believe that this stupid dog killing fucking cunt is at such a high level position in this fucking country and oversees a lot of fucking shit. And she fragrantly, unapologetically, confidently says this fucking bullshit, dude. Like, Clueless doesn't even come close.
Let me stop you, ma'am. Habeas corpus. Excuse me. That's incorrect.
President
habeas
Lincoln
corpus.
Used it.
Excuse me. Habeas corpus is the legal principle that requires that the government provide a public reason for detaining and imprisoning people. If not for that protection, the government could simply arrest people, including American citizens, and hold them indefinitely for no reason.
Yeah, it says a lot that fucking Christy goddamn Noam doesn't actually know this basic fundamental fucking fact.
Habeas corpus is the foundational right that separates free societies like America from police states like North Korea. As a senator from the live free or die state, this matters a lot to me and my constituents and to all Americans. So Secretary Noem, do you support the core protection that habeas corpus provides, that the government must provide a public reason in order to detain and imprison someone?
Yeah, I support habeas corpus. I also recognize that the President of the United States has the authority under the Constitution to decide if it should be suspended or not.
It has
No, he
never
Let us
doesn't.
be clear, though,
It
that
has
this
never been
president,
done. It has never been done without approval of Congress. Even Abraham
Bingo.
Lincoln got retroactive approval from Congress.
Bingo. Yeah. Yeah.
So Secretary, no,
It's just so fucked how like thin our goddamn society and our constitution and our fucking rights as Americans are just hanging by a goddamn thread, ever so slightly smaller day by day by day. Fucking what? 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 God, we can only fucking hope, and I hate that this is our only fucking hope, that the Trump administration continues to be as incompetent as it currently is. You know, but with that incompetence comes the destruction of fucking all kinds of things that people like actually hold dear or support. But this fucking goddamn administration doesn't give a goddamn shit about, you know, human rights or the fact that like a lot of people actually use Medicaid or what have you, whatever else they're like veterans benefits, veterans affairs and shit. It's like they don't actually care about the nuances of fucking anything that they're dismantling. They just want to wipe it the fuck clean. They want to give a fucking tax break to all their goddamn rich donors, their billionaire butt buddies. You know? It's like I'm not convinced that this administration, this party in charge of this administration, is going to make fiscally and financially sound decisions for the tangible future, like the duration of this fucking country. This is one that like give more handouts to their donors, to the ruling class, to the obscenely wealthy that just sit on their wealth. They extract all this wealth from the fucking middle class, from banks through loans, invest it wherever the fuck, crypto, AI, whatever the fuck. Meanwhile, this money isn't flowing through the economy in any actual way. There's no velocity to the money that's flowing through this economy. It's all concentrated at the top. They're hoarding it in stocks or whatever the fuck. So, like, of course, like they want more for themselves, less for everybody else. They're going to be incentivized to hold on to it, like more and more for themselves. So they're going to fund the congressmen and senators to protect them at the expense of the rest of us. Because why not? They're not in power per se, but they're powerful enough to just swing their dick around and just throw money at whoever. AIPAC is a great example. That's why we have no movement on Israel. Excuse me. Thank you guys for joining. Feel free to contribute to the conversation. We're talking about how stupid Kristi Noem is and how little faith that I or any rational person actually has in the Republican Party to make financially sound decisions for the future when the game has been more and more tax breaks for the rich and not any amount of cutting to the budget, to spending, is going to make up for the tax breaks. Not to mention the deficit, which is skyrocketing under Trump right now. It's actually insane the amount of spending that we're doing so far in just this fucking term alone. It's not like Biden was any saint either. On some things, he could have been excused because of the recovery from the pandemic. But, hi, baby. What are you doing? Spinell's getting my attention. Hell, okay, come here. Meow, 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 meow. Hey, baby. Say hi to the lovely folks tuning in. Hi, meow. All right, get out of here, you scoundrel. Yeah. So there's also the whole tariffs thing. I'm not sure how much me and Dieter talked about, Trump basically bending over after bending over to China. What we got? Oh yeah, the last stream we did last week. MSM takes on Trump, economy stalling, tariffs ending, Qatar and more. Yeah, there. I mean, all China had to do was nothing. It's been the modus operandi for the Trump administration, and Trump specifically, his whole career in politics so far. It's like, just lie about shit and just claim that you're winning. Oh, speaking of which, we have an advertisement of his to watch here in a second. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Shit. So, because he was claiming this whole time, like, oh, we have deals in line. We have deals ready for like 200 countries and shit. It's just like not a single shred of evidence was ever produced for that fucking claim. Not to mention, it's like, what tariffs are still like a baseline 10% for everybody. You reversed course on China, lost your leverage, got nothing in return. Because China's like, oh, we'll talk. You want a trade deal? You gotta get rid of these tariffs first. And eventually, after squirming a whole shitload, Trump finally backed down. And now tariffs are paused for 90 days as of like a week ago or so. And I've been saying this whole fucking time, like these tariffs make no goddamn sense unless you have the industrial infrastructure here first. So that way, like, if you want to like base everything here and you want to like turn America into a producer economy instead of a consumer economy, then a whole lot of things need to happen first before tariffs are put in place. But yeah, watch last week's stream because we get into that pretty deeply, and I get fucking passionate about it to the point where like I'm gonna have to like rewatch it and like clip a segment out, make some shorts. It's unfortunate because I've wanted to keep up with making shorts, but ever since my backup phone, my iPhone got stolen like 6 weeks ago. I just haven't been incentivized to do so because it was just so useful for that. Rewatch my stream, then use that phone to like clip up shorts. And I'd have like maybe 10, 15, 20 shorts per stream. And since I lost my job too, it's like in between stops. Yeah, the iPod Touch too. Yeah, don't remind me, Megan. I miss that thing. Every time I'm reminded of the fact that I'm no longer going to see that thing again, to see any of those devices again, I just hate myself. I fucking hate that fucking happened. Like, holy shit. How stupid can you be? Wow. Fuck, dude. What's wrong with you? It fucking sucks. It's so shitty. It's so fucking shitty. And then losing my job on top of it, which ultimately might be a blessing in disguise because I might be making a shitload more money with a new job I might be getting, regardless of where I end up. But yeah, it's like there's there's no shortage of rants and little segments from our last couple streams that I could be making shorts out of. I mean, if I set some time aside, yeah, it's just like chop, 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 like fucking get it out there, do some promotion. But god damn, I wish I had an editor. Just be like, hey, here's something, but whatever. So I don't know how many of you. There's like 5 of you watching now, which I appreciate. Subscribe if you haven't. Say hi. I'm not sure how much of you follow like TV in general, or have cable, or just watch local channels, or what have you. But multiple times now, if I have like the TV on, or I'm at the gym, I will see this fucking this Trump ad that has been going around way too often. Like it's on new Trump advertisement, I guess. I wonder if no. Trump ad May 2025. How about that? Maybe you can help me out with this, Megan. Maybe you'll be able to find it. It's where he's like the first frame was like they ruined the economy. It's like a picture of Pelosi, Schumer, and like someone else, and then it's a whole bunch of other stuff like Trump's gonna cut your taxes and this kind of fucking bullshit. I can't find it, but let's see. Warning, warning. I don't give a fuck about any of this. Trump TV ad 2025. Maybe it's on X. New Trump ad TV. Is this it? No, that's not it. That's not it either. Okay, latest. No. How hard is it to fucking just find a new Trump ad that's being blasted all over fucking TV right now? It should not be this hard. I was also agreeing with it, not leaking it. Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. It's so dumb. Trump ad. No. 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 No, no. God damn it, dude. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't got anything else really to cover. Oh, Google can't find it. Wow, can't answer Google. Like an exactly my search is extremely specific. Yeah, isn't it? That's just been the yeah. You know, that Google um eliminated its own regulation on itself to here's something for you. Google ends regulation on weapon manufacturing. Yeah, no, this particularly from fucking BBC.com. A very comforting story for everybody. Concern over Google ending ban on AI weapons. For back in February, I saw Democracy Now! Report on this. Google's parent company lifting a long-standing ban on artificial intelligence being used for developing weapons and surveillance tools is incredibly concerning, a leading human rights group has said. Alphabet has rewritten its guidelines and how it will use AI, dropping a section which previously ruled out applications that were likely to cause harm. Human Rights Watch has criticized the decision, telling the BBC that AI can complicate accountability for battlefield decisions that may have life or death consequences. In the blog post, Google defended the change, arguing that businesses and democratic governments need to work together on AI that supports national security, meaning Google's going to make weapons for the government that are powered by AI, and you can't be fucking if this shit in particular 10-year AI regulation ban. House Republicans include a 10-year ban on U.S. states regulating AI in Big Beautiful Bill. If there's no accountability in place for AI in particular, so like, hey, it's not our fault that fucking you were targeted by AI. You know, I don't know. Yeah, we'll ruin weapons and reduce harms. Let's be really. It's already what? I don't. I don't know how anybody could believe that. Honestly, AI is already proven to be incredibly prone to mistakes. Just look at ChatGPT and fucking fuck whatever else is out there. Like, it depends on who programs it and shit. It's just like, why trust any of these fucking gigantic corporations? House Republicans surprised tech industry wars and outraged state governments with the added cost. Republicans' signature big beautiful tax bill that would ban states and localities from regulating artificial intelligence for a decade. God, I wonder why they would do that. You know, it's almost like they want to fucking milk it for what it's worth, financially, like enrich themselves from it, prevent AI from being regulated to dictate and determine accountability in any sort of way. it's beyond disturbing. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks now. It sucked for a while. It was good just in math and key search terms. It's god awful now. It's like it's whatever fucking um programming and whatever the fuck whatever company makes it, develops it, like controls it and shit. There's the whole thing with Chat GPT now where it's just like agreeable to a fault, to the point where like actual facts and actual like reality is being curtailed and just tossed aside just to you know appeal to the biases of whoever is talking to ChatGPT, like its subscribers and shit. It's fucking. Don't get started fake quotes from TV shows. It's far worse than that. It is extremely fucking dangerous what has been happening right now. People whose delusions are being exacerbated by the agreeability of a Chat GPT that's programmed to do that, but marketed as objective, like objectivity. You know, it just like appealing to personal biases for the sake of it, to a fault. Reading comprehension, yes, yeah. It's not even that. It's not even reading comprehension. It's like, fuck. What was it? I posted on my political Instagram in particular, which I should actually link to this. Excuse me, just to use it as like a reference. Um, where are we at? Where is it at? What is it? Oh yeah. From my blue sky, it is insane how Trump's bill would put a 10-year ban on all states from regulating AI, and few people are actually talking about it. It is the biggest crimson flag if I've ever seen one. So crimson, yeah, separate from red. You see what I did there, Megan? I did it right. I did it right. We invented a robot that tells people why they're right no matter what they say, furnishes sophisticated arguments for their side, and delivers personalized validation from a seemingly objective source. Mythological level temptation that few will recognize for what it is. Yes, I know. You little tease. White fam autocorrect scandal on Twitter right now. What does that mean? Google Crimson. It's a shade of it. I know. I stated this before I even finished the quote. 64. I understand. Like I would have emphasized the crimson part of red if I didn't know that. But yeah, I understand the redundancy. I understand. But yeah, the era of AI induced mental illness is going to make the era of social media induced mental illness look like the era of like printing press induced mental illness. ATM machine ass shit. Now, what exactly do you mean by that in particular? Because that baffled me the first time. Is it like the way that ChatGPT acts? Is like you put whatever prompt or question into it, and it's just like going to give you exactly what the fuck you want to a fault, like to a fallacious degree, just to serve its subscriber. ATM automatic transaction. No wait. Oh my fucking god! What does it stand for? Um. ATM automated teller machine. Yeah, this is a teller machine. No, yeah, fucking don't. My brain's it's past 9. I should be yeah, automated, yeah, teller machine. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at. So you understand my point. These are the points I'm making. So you're in agreement with me. We're completely aligned on this issue, on this topic and shit. But yeah, my point is AI is bad, and anybody who uses it should just fucking stop. It's fucking horrible. Crimson red ATM machine. I see what you're saying now. The redundancy. You know what? All you had to say was, "Hey, you're just being redundant. You didn't even need to bring up like ATM machine like at all. You need to fucking do it, but now you're just teasing the fuck out of me. It's what you're doing." All right. What else we got? Is that it? It's almost an hour and a half. I think. um, I think that's enough for me, to be honest. I ain't got much else to cover. Unless you got anything in mind, Megan. Meme brain. Sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. So much more available. So much more what? What do you mean? I think we can all agree that crimson is the best shade of red. Can we all agree? Can we all agree on that? Barely even talking about the jailbreak. I don't particularly give a fuck about the jailbreak. I talked this hourly news. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you watch Fox News, that's literally what I was saying. Every time I've been in the gym, they fucking cover it. Like, 10 people escaped from a fucking New Orleans jail. Who gives half a fuck? It's like fucking, oh wow, me as a Californian, I'm so fucking, like we haven't like this goddamn prison system is filled to the brim with a shitload of goddamn people just for the sake of keeping them in there because it makes a lot of fucking private prison companies money. So I don't fucking doubt at all that like maybe some of those 10 folks that were in that fucking jail are fucking innocent. I wouldn't doubt that at all. Or they're put in there for mocked up charges. I just don't care because I don't believe in the U.S. prison system. You have a coworker that just moved to New Orleans. That's I mean, one dude killed 4 people. That's one dude. I mean, sometimes you need to. I'm not. I won't go there. I've always wanted to visit New Orleans. Party on Bourbon Street? Like, fuck yeah, dude. Eat the food there? That sounds fun. Cheers guy died. Who's the Cheers guy? Cheers. Blah, blah, blah. Cheers guy. George Wendt. I don't know shit about Cheers. Not a clue. Brother-in-law went to New Orleans. He enjoyed. Yeah, I would love to go there sometime. Viet people deported to South Sudan active war zone. Viet people. Like the Vietnamese? Deported from where to South Sudan? Okay, make me feel old, thanks. What? Regarding Cheers? Okay, where were they deported from? And me and you are the same age. Relax. All right. Viet deportees, South Sudan. From the U.S.? Why? Oh, my fucking god! Why? Okay, this pisses me off. Why are we doing this? I'm older. I knew you were gonna say that. I fucking knew you were gonna fucking say that. You need to specify. Like, actually, I'm older. All right. Why are we doing this? What is going on here? Asian migrants on deportation. Oh, fuck! The first image is the soulless fucking she-wolf cunt. Christy goddamn fucking know him. The clueless fucking bitch. All right, blah, blah, blah. This fucking immigration lawyers told the federal judge on Tuesday that received information that indicated the U.S. government may have put migrants from countries like Myanmar and Vietnam on a deportation flight to South Sudan, an Eastern African nation plagued by conflict and political instability. I was literally arguing fucking with some Zionist propaganda fucking spewing dumb kid motherfucker. They're like, oh wow, why isn't the progressive left ever talking about South Sudan? They're always talking about the fucking Gaza and Israel, blah blah blah. But like, they don't care about the Muslims and fucking Sudan and shit. It's just like, fuck you. Thought you'd bite that bait. Fucking, I knew that you would fucking cast that bait to me. You know what? We're at 66. Anyway, emergency filing failed district court in Massachusetts. The attorney said that blah 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 blah. Muslim third countries out affording them certain due process rights. Yeah, not surprised at all. Like, no due process in said process. Why the fuck is this happening? Any migrant deported to South Sudan, according to the lawyers, faces a strong likelihood of irreparable harm, citing reports documenting extra violence, human rights violations, and conflict in the landlocked African country. No kidding. Yeah, it's been fucking hell on earth there for fucking years now. Like, why? Okay, so did they say why they're sending them there? Not public confirmed reason. So that's, yeah, who are not from South Sudan to that country. Representatives for the DHS. So it's just all just Christian Nome, like, fuck it, send them to South Sudan. I don't know where that is. Fucking unbelievable, dude. Trump administration is mounting aggressive diplomatic campaigns to convince nations around the world to accept migrants who are not their own citizens, approaching far-flung nations like Libya and Rwanda to take in third country deportees. Has already deported African and Asian migrants to Costa Rica and Panama and Venezuelan deportees to El Salvador. Like, this, it's just fucking, it's barbarity for the sake of barbarity. Fucking hell, dude. The debate was the deportations, not the NOLA stuff. Because you knew that this would work me up, right? Because how fucking stupid and like barbaric and inhumane it is. Breaking news over real info. I mean, that article I was reading was from today. OG, I think Honduras to Libya too. Yeah, it just doesn't fucking make any goddamn sense. The due process is not in there. It's the due process is not there. It's unbelievable. It's fucking unreal that this is being allowed to happen. And I wouldn't doubt, like obviously through DHS and shit, that Kristi Noem is a lot more hands-on and involved with this shit. And it's like that fucking response to Senator Hassan. Hassan? It's not Hassan because there's two S's, right? Fucking this unbelievable shit. We're gonna listen to this once again. Listen to this fucking.
So, Secretary Noem, what is habeas corpus?
Well, habeas corpus is a constitutional right that the president has to be able to remove people from this country.
Fucking this woman killed her dog because the dog was a bit too much of a pain in the ass. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna put this fucking dog up for adoption. I'm gonna fucking just kill it. Fuck me, dude. Hassan Piker fucking reposting this. Oh my fucking god, she cannot be this stupid. What the actual fuck? Couldn't goddamn agree more. Due process they're doing is okay. This is illegal, so we can do what we want. Yeah, I mean, who's gonna stop them, right? Because if there's no due process for fucking people who might not be here illegally, even if they do have temporary protective status, we do not have due process. Say dog attacked multiple children. To be fair, then don't kill it. Don't kill it. Fucking train your goddamn. It just goes to show how shitty of a fucking person she is. Because it's like, your dog wouldn't be so fucking out of line if you knew how to fucking goddamn train the thing. Habeas corpus one has a body. Right. I mean, most of it is a bit questionably legal. The thing is, it's like here's the thing. If me and you still like actually went to Spain in August of 2026 to go see solar eclipse, I've told you about this. It's now being recommended that we get a lawyer, so that way, if we come back into the country, if we're pulled aside and questioned for whatever the fuck, there's a chance they could be like, well, you said this thing and that thing about the government, or you've said this thing and that thing about the president. So we're gonna need you to come to us, come with us and whatnot, and they might just detain us, and before we know it, before the legal system can catch up with us, all of a sudden we're on a flight to El Salvador or some shit. Because this is literally happening right now. It just happened to Hassan. But Hassan was smart. Yes, am I being detained? And he was able to finagle his way out of it. Still, the fact that this fucking shit is happening and wasn't happening before, it's the world we live in now. It's Trump's America. Didn't respond to training with specialists. That was the whole thing. The dog. Excuse me. We are both natural U.S.-born citizens with natural U.S.-born parents. Brought mushrooms back from Amsterdam accident. You're being hyperbolic. I don't think I am, though. I really don't think I am. Because literally, like, U.S. citizens are being questioned, are being stopped by authorities. This is literally happening right now. Son is not a citizen, but not natural born. It was also detained like 1 hour only. He was still detained. He's a citizen, but he was still detained and questioned about his political opinions. Like, the line that needs to be crossed for it to matter, like natural born, not natural born, it's just a tiptoe away. It's not hyperbole to say that. Naturalized is not natural born. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Because is the Trump administration specified? Because first they specified like, oh, we're just going after like people who are here illegally, people who are undocumented. Not, oh, well, we're going to include temporary protective status or naturalized citizens. Like, when did the specification change? Immigration can detain citizens, not Trump thing. It's a Patriot Act thing. Sure. Yeah, that's you're right about that. It doesn't matter specifically as naturalized as an adult. I mean, still, Trump never said that. Yeah, I wasn't saying that he. I mean, it's not entirely up to Trump either. Like, fucking, he doesn't know what's fucking going on. He just wants to see numbers and results. And so, if you give a quota to ICE, they're going to target more than just the undocumented, the illegals, quote unquote. They're just broadening the spectrum of what's acceptable and shit. So why wouldn't that include U.S. citizens? Quote shitty. I agree. Yeah, no, it's yeah, like, and so that's why ICE in plain clothes are fucking going after journalists and not identifying themselves, fucking breaking into cars where a family is sitting, a pregnant woman is fucking dragged out. Fuck, I think it happened in Utah or something, some shit like that. There's a bunch of fucking menacing, disturbing, fucking occurrences that are being played out right now at the hands of ICE because they're fucking they're acting like a Gestapo. ICE is not broadening the legal limits. They absolutely are. They absolutely 100% are. Even though they're not particularly the targets, they're still being profiled. They're still being caught up in their detainments, in their roundups, in their enforcement. 100%. DHS is revoking legal status for people. Yes. So it's like, oh, okay, you're only a legal immigrant until the DHS fucking says, or until the legal system actually catches up for you. But too late. You're on a fucking plane to El Salvador or wherever the fuck, Costa Rica, South Sudan. Cops are breaking windows, not cooperative. That's normal. Yeah, it shouldn't be normal though. You and I can both agree that shouldn't be normal. Like if you're fucking pregnant, if you're not armed and shit, it's just like, why? In what other countries does that happen in? It's just not ICE. Citizens working illegals get detained if they can't prove on the spot. Yeah, that's the problem. That's an issue. That's a big fucking. Either way, it's too much. It's too much. My whole point is, this is all completely fucking unnecessary. This shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't have to happen. It's not cooperative. They're not armed. I don't. I mean, for one, how are you supposed to be cooperative with unmarked agents? For one, masked individuals. You think you're being robbed. You think you're being abducted. That happened to the fucking journalist who was just kidnapped off the fucking streets. The journalist that wrote an op-ed that was critical of Israel in their genocide of Gaza. And this is happening to more than just her, by the way. Unnecessary, I think, is questionable. It's not necessary. It's like I've said before the fucking election. It's like undocumented immigrants. They commit less crimes than native-born Americans per capita. They contribute billions to the economy. And more often than not, they're working to provide for their families, not themselves, not enrich themselves, nothing like that. Those are facts. More often than not. Unmarked that shows the badges, but not the companions. These show the badges to the random person filming. No, to the case in general. To the lawyers, to the to the person being abducted. You think you're going to resist if you're not, if the people abducting you are not identifying themselves. It's just fucked. It's just all fucked. We're not going to get into the semantics of civil violation versus felony by being here in the country illegal, and not to mention, most people who are here illegally came into the country legally, mostly by plane, and they just overstayed a visa. Doesn't mean crossing the country illegally. Either way, it does not mean that you get to be abducted by nameless fucking plainclothes individuals and then shipped off on a plane to fucking El Salvador or wherever the fuck to be tortured indefinitely. Hey, Thunderbird. Hey, it's good to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute. I really appreciate you for being here. If Dems can take both houses of Congress next year, there's a chance to impeach and convict Trump early 2027 and evict him from office early. One can only hope. I wish I could be as optimistic as you. Honestly, that'd be a fucking dream come true. So imagine that lady you referenced and showing the cameras later. That was a scandal. Okay, if I didn't know that. If that's the case, yeah, same thing happened with Team Boy. Rational criminal violation. Visa overstay is civil. Criminal violation, as in a civil violation, or they committed a felony, because it's not a felony. I think it's the same thing as overstaying your visa. It's like a procedural thing more than above it being a felony thing. Been a while, stateless. Yeah, it's been a minute. Dems do nothing. I mean, they did something last time. They impeached Trump twice. Megan. Only problem is Trump was in office. We'll see. Criminal and civil law. This misdemeanor and civil. Either way, you shouldn't be kidnapped and shipped away to a foreign country before the legal system catches up to you for a misdemeanor or a civil offense, regardless of if you're here legally or not. Saying visa is civil, crossing border legal is criminal. I searched this before. Is crossing the border a felony? Crossing the border into the United States is not always felony. Well, the initial entry without proper documentation can be a misdemeanor. It can be a felony if it's a repeat offense, or if the person has been previously removed from the United States and reattempts to enter. So it could be a misdemeanor. Repeat offenders, yeah, sure, whatever. Fucking get them out, whatever. If it's a first-time crossing, it's typically a misdemeanor. That doesn't mean fucking send them to be tortured in El Salvador until they die. Never seen felony when you're arguing with the straw man. I mean, I consider felony to be more criminal than misdemeanor. I can consider misdemeanor to be more civil than criminal. Criminal. You know what happened with those impeached Trump twice convictions? Trump was president, and it was a Republican Senate. They never escalated the convictions. Yeah. The first time illegal crossing means deportation and denial of entry. Let's see, Kai. Well, I mean, we'll see how long that lasts. Because, like the Venezuelans who have been not given the due process, who have been here under, what is it, like temporary protected status or whatever, the Supreme Court's like, hey, you can't fucking just send these guys away. You can't just deport these guys. They need the due process. It's just not been happening. Like, you can't use the Alien Enemies Act and whatever. It's like, yeah. Even Trump's own fucking Supreme Court is just like, no, this is bullshit. Criminal misdemeanors, civil felonies. I was talking about. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Trinidad Waga argument is so weak. Yeah. Right. My throat hurts. I'm tired of talking this much. I think I'm gonna end the stream. I don't have really much to add. I'm just gonna get more and more frustrated because I fucking can't stand the idea of borders in general. It's just like, holy fuck, we're all goddamn human beings. Why the fuck are we so caught up in this shit about otherizing people and whatnot? People try to come here for a better life, for their kids, for themselves. We're escaping cartel violence. We want to come to the greatest country in the fucking world for a reason. It's just like, who fucking goddamn cares? Do things ever protect says can be revoked? It's BS, so it doesn't take. Venezuela doesn't have to. Like whatever. And it's like we would need to prove that they're criminally deportees to begin with. The Supreme Court just went for more no's. I'm not saying he can't use AAA. Yeah, I mean, they're still right. There's people of different cultures. Yes. There's no. What's the word I'm looking for? There's no distinctive culture within the United States. Venezuela should take their own citizens. What the fuck? I mean, I guess. I don't fucking know. Is really rejecting them is shameful. I mean, if they're criminals, then according to the United States, like, why should Venezuela be like, oh yeah, we'll allow criminals back in our country? Like, just use the Trump administration's logic. Determine out of their citizens who come here, which ones we will accept. Sure, but even so, this is all just so unbelievably goddamn annoyingly subjective. It's not even funny.
All right, Ryan, check this out. We've got Sneal E chiming in, and there.
What it is, it's all these times. Every time we have a big area of severe weather that comes through Mississippi and it tears things apart over here, and it starts weakening about right here. And then like we get tired and we end the stream right before it gets into Georgia. The next day, the comments are always, he never stays live for Georgia. It started storming at my house, and I went to his YouTube channel, and he had just went offline.
Well, because that's when the tornadoes stop. The Tornado Alley, after all, is west of Georgia. So it's just like they just get the severe thunderstorms. All right, I'm ending it. Discussing that we have to accept any citizen, just any citizen, regardless. Why? Fucking come to this country if you want to. Who gives a fuck? It's like we have no like base culture. We have no like base demographic of people. Like, if you want to come to the United States, the land of the free, fucking who gives a shit? I don't think CCA is the answer, but I do think Venezuela needs to accept their people back. I mean, why should they accept criminals? I mean, just use the logic of the United States. I don't know. Yes, we have a base culture. Which demographic does that include? Is it white? Is it fucking Asian? Is it European? Is it Mexican and Native American? Because I probably agree with you. They've been here the longest. Native American culture? I would agree with that. Spanish? Maybe the French? They've been here quite a long time as well. Maybe a little bit after the natives and the Mexicans and Spanish. Is it or is it a little bit after that? Is it slavery? Settler colonialism? What's the base culture here in the United States? I'm actually genuinely curious about that. Combo white Protestant, Black American, some Native Mexican in the Southwest. So what's the issue? So we should just stick to that? For what purpose? If that's the base culture and it's disgusting that we just have to accept any citizen regardless, who should actually be here in America? The founding of the United States included native cultures? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they were here before that. And so the founding, so the base culture of the United States in particular included their ousting. It includes slavery. It included genocide of the natives, the ousting of the Mexicans, the Spanish, the purchasing of the Louisiana Purchase from the fucking French. It's like, what is the base culture, if not settler colonialism, slavery, and genocide? Like, should we keep good on that culture? Or accept cuisine and art people assimilate, discussing and imply we should accept criminals. There are more criminals here than get imported. There are more native-born American criminals per capita than who immigrate here. There's no question. There's no debating that, like, whatsoever. So, like, the focus on criminal immigrants and shit is it's a distraction. At worst, no. At best, it's a distraction. So, was the base culture of a country right include assimilation? Did it? Okay. Well, okay. So who's to say that the people who are not here legally, the people who are undocumented, haven't assimilated? They 100% have. They pay taxes. They don't see the benefits of the taxes. So have they really assimilated? Why don't they see the benefits of the taxes? They work American jobs because they live here, right? How is that not assimilation? Just because they're undocumented doesn't mean they've like assimilated. What does that mean? They have not. That's wild. What are you talking about? They live here with their children. They work American jobs. They make money. They pay taxes. They contribute to the economy. They shop at our stores. They buy our products. What do you mean they haven't assimilated? What does that mean? Now, if you include the per capita for immigration, count that as a crime. Okay, then let's narrow it down to violent crime. Violent crime. They still pale miserably in comparison to native-born American citizens, to the actual U.S. born population. It's not even close. Because, like, yeah, by that logic, like, yeah, they're all fucking criminals, every single one of them. Like, there's more, like, that would mean, like, they're more criminals, just by crossing the border illegally than there are criminals in the U.S. like actually, like, generally. So I don't think people will really count that or consider that. Thunderbird, the indigenous have been defending homeland since 1492. Absolutely right. Notice you ignore Protestantism. I don't know anything about Protestantism. I work with legal immigrants, don't speak legal English, assimilated my ass. Like, who cares? So what? Spanish is a fucking is an official language of the United States, assuming they speak Spanish. You don't have to speak Spanish to fucking live here. You don't have to speak Spanish to be assimilated to the United States. Economic assimilation is not cultural assimilation. It's insane to remotely compare the two. They don't have to share. Okay, what culture are we talking about? Because America is a blend of cultures. There's not one thing that you can point to the United States and be like, oh yeah, that's this part of their culture. That dates back fucking 250 years. Not a single thing. Christian one there down the violent crime. Yeah. Otherwise, like fucking everybody here illegally, like would be like that amount of people. We're considering them criminals. Outnumber the actual amount of criminals that we have here in the United States. So that's bullshit. That's total bullshit. Specific quantity is still less. Per capita is more. Violent criminals? So some of this was should look at Jamestown. Sure. Fine. U.S. doesn't have official language. Trump made English. I know that. But Spanish official U.S. language. Yeah, like there was no official language of the United States until Trump said, "Oh yeah, it's English," which was this year. But Spanish is the common secondary language. So like again, like if we're talking about assimilation, like if we're narrowing it down to language, then like we're just like basing off of this year and this year alone. Oh, Trump said it's English. The official language is English now. It's just like fucking. It doesn't mean shit. Not having trampoline parks where dudes pissed in front line was just technically like, what in the fuck are you talking about? What? What? Hating tea. I guess that's something. Yeah, you're making what seems like insane points right now. People disregard immigration laws. You want to stay free. I cannot take you seriously. I mean, it's exaggerating a little bit. They can get locked up. They can get thrown back in jail for all I care. I don't care. I just don't care. That's my thing. It's just like, why get so fucking wrapped up on the? It doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me one bit. I don't give a shit. Fucking laws are all fucking made up anyway. It's just like fucking. If it's not affecting me personally, if it doesn't apply to me or what I'm dealing with each day, it's just like I'm not going to get wrapped up in it. I don't live in New Orleans. I'm not near the border. I'm not personally affected by people fucking coming here for a better life, jumping our immigration, curbing our immigration laws because the fucking immigration system's all fucking broken. It's like I empathize with them. You want to come here for a better life? You want to make money for your children and shit? Because like the work here is better than fucking any country south of the border. I don't blame you one bit. Yeah, just don't commit crime. Just don't fucking be violent. Whatever. In the official relations, you remember fact checking. You only said fast was language. Well, I was wrong. I was thinking back my elementary school days and the fact that like fucking Spanish is such a common language that's almost considered an official language. It just never was. Never had Mexican neighbors. Yeah, I have. Pretty much everywhere I've lived. Yeah. What's your point? The only people caught are those charged with more minor crimes. The ones still out are murderers mostly. We just got a job in New Orleans. Family is near the border. Okay. Funny, you guys always say right wingers have politics based on personal experience. Normally, you're arguing for that exactly. I mean, true, I guess. It's because they do, but they also don't, because it's like, if you're in a rural area, it's like, how are you being personally affected by what's being reported on Fox News? It's still fear mongering. It's still shit that doesn't actually affect you. Wait, how? Okay, how does something that doesn't affect me? How is something that doesn't affect me my personal experience if it's never affected me? My personal experience is this isn't my experience. That doesn't make any sense. So how are my politics based on experiences that I have no like firsthand experience with? Like what? Uh, Fox's local news station. I'm talking about Fox News corporate cable shit. Why should I care about legals when they don't affect my life? That's yes. That's what I'm saying. That's literally what I'm saying. They do what? Who do what? You guys just right wingers argue based solely on personal experience. You're saying this affects me, so I don't care. That's not what I say. Sure, they might argue from anecdotes, but it's based on it's usually based on bigoted shit. You know, it's based on shit that doesn't actually stand up to scrutiny when it comes to actual data, actual statistics and shit. This is what you're saying is my fucking point. Huh? Might have to like have you call into the show. Like actually give me a call so we could like sort this shit out like over stream instead of chat. Because I was supposed to end this like half an hour ago. You want to come on stream? Like what? The data said every person who crosses the border illegally is IV in violation of criminal law. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I'm still kind of wrapped up in this. You don't know the trampolines? Like what? What in the fuck? So you're saying like legals do or don't affect your life, or like what are you talking about? I wouldn't mind you responding to my points in real time. All right, let's go back in time. Let's go back in time. Okay. I don't even know which points you responded to in particular. Okay, we'll go back here. We accept cuisine and art if people assimilate. Disgusting. We imply we should accept criminals. Like we don't. That's the thing. Just okay. This is something we're probably never going to agree on. Just because you cross an imaginary line to get into this country does not make you a criminal. Period. End of story. I don't give a fuck. It violates criminal law. Fucking who cares? I don't give a shit. Fuck it. We're just never going to agree. Fucking some Canadian crosses the Canadian border, get in the U.S. They get a job here. They fucking make some money. I don't fucking care. I don't give half a shit. It's like, oh, you crossed an imaginary line. Oh no. You're contributing to the economy here. Oh fuck. I don't care. Same with the basic culture of a country is, right? Include assimilation. I guess I don't know. I don't fucking know. Not if you include per capita for illegal immigration, then count that as a crime. Well, I already went over that. We get legal English. I already went over that. Economic assimilation is not cultural assimilation. It's insane. Remotely compare the two. Because I think if you're assimilating to the economy, I think that matters so much more than the culture. This is what the right wants you to be wrapped up in, is the culture fucking wars. The culture wars are bullshit. They're just a distraction. Me and you have far more in common than the working class of Mexico, fucking Venezuela, fucking Panama, Nicaragua, fucking Guatemala, Honduras, wherever the fuck, Canada, every country in Europe, every country in the world. We have more in common with the working class than we do the own elites of the United States of America. The billionaire class, the millionaire class, the celebrities. Their culture is wildly fucking different than the culture that we as working class people share with other working class people of other countries. There's no question whatsoever. Break it up by race too if you're getting that specific. I don't think that's too relevant. Quantity is still less per capita more. Went over that. Went over that too. Went over that. Still understand the trampoline thing. Making what seems like insane points right now. Already went over that. They've had Mexican neighbors. I have multiple times. Still don't understand the relevance or why that was even brought up. Only people caught those terms, blah, 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 blah. Already went over that. Yeah, okay. All right. Mexican neighbors and trampolines. I still don't know about that. Good night, Thunderbird. And yes, we did just elect a felon. I think that's a lot more important to focus on than nobody's nameless people with nothing and no power coming into their country in less than legal means. Let's talk about this without the borders, including criminals. Why didn't say in real time would be helpful. I see. Right, convicted of a felony for being found to not have raped someone. Huh? Who? This working let people share some aspects of culture. I never said they didn't. Good. We agree. You're just going back instead of reading my comments. This is lame. You were literally just complaining about. I wouldn't mind you respond to my points in real time. which is what I've literally been doing this entire time. Like, did I miss something? It what points have I missed? What points have I not addressed so far? Like, responding real time doesn't mean reading them later and putting them out of context based on what you're currently talking about. Listen, sweetheart, there's nothing I can do about how late the stream. Like, there's a delay in the stream by about like 20 or 30 seconds. So by the time you're hearing me say this right now, like, by the time you're hearing me say this, like 20 or 30 seconds have gone by since your chat comes up, any of your chats. So that's what makes this a bit more difficult. And I'm sorry, there's not much I can do to change that. That's why, like, I prefer like actual physical conversations with you, like something that we can actually like bounce off each other. Because like right now, it doesn't feel that fair. You know, I have the microphone, I'm on camera, I'm live right now, and I'm just like, this is all just like a game of catch up. So we can't, like, to have a productive conversation in a setting like a space such as this. It's just not the way to do it. Unless you're like actually like on stream with me, like, on like a call or something like that. But there, like, as long as we engage with each other like this, like, we're just not going to be completely in sync with one another. I'm sure you accept that. Responding in real time doesn't mean reading them later and putting them out content based on what you're. Yeah, right. That's what I'm responding to. What you think you were talking about when they were. That's, and I know that's basically what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm saying. 26 is when it was. Right. Either way, like I just said, for dialogue, this isn't the best way to do so. Like, unless the stream is constantly moving along, and a discussion on any topic, like particular topic, is consistently being addressed. Commenting on your stream as you stream, when you take my comments out of context, it incentivizes me from responding. Which is, yeah, it's fast paced, and I'm not the best at like just picking, like, continuing my dialogue or my addressing of any particular comment or point, when there's other comments to respond to, when there's other points to address. So it's like I said, if it's not like an actual like one-on-one engagement, then the context is even harder to follow, because we're not sticking to one thing, we're sticking to multiple things. Yeah, so either way, my voice hurts. Me and Dieter will be streaming tomorrow afternoon, likely around like 3 or 4, because he has to go before 6. We're talking Pacific Standard Time. So be sure to catch us then. And yeah. Okay. Good night, hon. Thank you for understanding. Like, we're both equally like frustrated, because like it's just the mode of communication here, honestly. It's like, everything you say, everything you have that you have to say means the world to me. Like it's like we may not like agree on everything, but it's like I still want to be able to address anything that you got, anything you have to say. I don't want you to feel neglected or left out of the conversation that's being had, like regardless. So, um, yeah, I'm sorry for the frustration. I'm also looking forward to seeing you. I can't. It's been a while. All right. I guess this is where I end it. Everybody, upon rewatch or who's still possibly in here, just reminding you, like we do every stream at the end of every show, you don't get change in America by asking nicely. See you guys tomorrow.